Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a good one for you today. So I'm actually going to be removing the current headlights that I have on the vehicle, and these are JDM Evo 8 MR headlights, and I've had these for quite a while. I've actually taken these apart, and I've not this one, but I've taken this one apart, and the reason why I'm actually getting rid of these is because of this. Over time, the plastic just started to kind of deteriorate and crack and stuff. And I'm trying to get this car as clean as I possibly can. Not to mention, these things will be discontinued very soon. So I went ahead and got a set. One of the homies that was stationed over in Japan walked right into the dealership and ordered them right away, and had no issues. These are back ordered here in the States. I don't know if they're going to be discontinued during that time. So you may be asking yourself, what are the differences between the headlights? They all have minor differences. I'll post pictures so you guys can basically see the differences. But all has to do with the housing. They're all different shades and colors, and each vehicle basically has its own variation. And then, not to mention, the U.S. market had a different housing than the Japanese market. And then one big thing also is that amber piece right over there is actually flip-flopped. So in the US, this was amber and this was not. And I actually have one of these from when I took some apart. So you guys are gonna be very surprised, but I got these when I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan. For this vehicle specifically, I had this in storage, and I couldn't find two really good ones. This one's in pretty good condition, but the driver's side was not, and the lens was scratched up. So what I ended up doing is I found a 9 MR. I bought basically a complete set of this, and then I also bought a 9 MR just for the housing, for the actual, like the actual plastic piece right here. And I ended up swapping that over. And I did a decent job, I guess you could say, for somebody who's never done it before. But over time, this started to crack, and now moisture and stuff is getting in there. So it's time to replace those. Not to mention, as you can tell, the lens isn't in the greatest condition. So it's time to swap these out. All right, guys, here they are. Brand new JDM goodness, straight from Japan. So these aren't discontinued just yet, but they are heavily back ordered, and word on the street is these will be discontinued very, very soon. So I'm very happy to have a set of these in brand new condition, no issues at all. And before we install these, I'm actually gonna have them PPF. So that's actually where I'm taking them right now. I haven't had too much bad luck with these, but I do know for a fact, it might be hard to see, but there was a spot where once I was doing a convoy with a group of people, and basically one of the cars had, Subaru to be exact, had these super wide tires, like the type that stuck out of the car, and he ended up kicking up a can, and it hit the side of the headlight. This one's actually in pretty good condition. I don't have any damage to this one, so I'll just keep this as a spare. But yeah, let's get these over to the PPF spot. Here they are, back from getting PPF'd, and you can kind of tell, you can see the line. So these were cut out with a laser, with the machine. I think it's laser, I don't know. If you do PPF, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, it didn't need to be hand cut. It was pre-cut. They just enter the information in the machine, and they basically just lay it on there. Came out pretty good. I was a little worried at first because just like tint, it kind of leaves a like bubbles, and it looks a little weird for the first couple days, and then once it dries, it looks pretty much flawless. And that's what we have here. You can kind of see the line right over there. So it doesn't cover the complete lens, but it's enough to where I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it, because these things aren't cheap and I don't want to ruin them. Same thing on this one. They look great. So these headlights are not, these are the HID versions. So keep that in mind. All MR vehicles, at the time it was the highest trim level. You can argue that it's not at this point, just because of the transmission and stuff, but the MR was supposed to be the highest trim level, and they came with HIDs with the projectors, as you can tell, and they also came with fog lights. A lot of the GSR models did not. So if you see that there's essentially, these are blocked off, the fog light is, that means that it's not a HID version of this. So if you do plan on running these and you do not have an MR or an SC, or I think the SSL also had them, if you had anything other than those, you're probably going to have to modify this somehow, or I guess I think they have adapters, or you might have to run aftermarket ballasts and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind if you do plan on running these headlights. All right, guys, so getting these things put together, I forgot to mention that some time ago, Mitsubishi, pretty much it's what they did with everything. They did it with the JDM bumpers too, where they used to come pre-painted, now they don't anymore. They stopped providing basically the accessories for it. So you will need to source a ballast as well as this back cover right over here. So right now, I got these back in the day when they were provided. So now I got to swap that with this. They were nice enough though to provide this little ground right there, because that would have been a pain, even though I just took it off of this one. But it's pretty easy. Once you get the headlight off, all you do is take the screw out, twist, take that screw out, twist, and gives you access to that. You move this pin, and then you unscrew it from down here, and then you just basically fish it out. All right, guys, here they are, final form. Everything looks so much nicer. The fogs look really crisp, which I'm digging. Before, they used to not look that great just because of the haziness. I'm not too crazy about the color of those corner lights or parking lights, whatever you want to call them. However, I didn't like the LEDs as well. Not to mention, there was some flickering that the LEDs was causing. So I'm glad that now that I've went back to old school bulbs, I'm not seeing that flickering. So one thing with the fog lights is, unfortunately, so these require an adapter. And as you can see right here, this adapter right here, it's like H7 to some number. I don't remember what it is. I'll post it on there. But these fogs require an adapter. And unfortunately, on this side, it broke. The plastic housing broke. So I'm going to have to order a new one. They do, I managed to get it in there kind of ghetto rigged, but I don't like doing ghetto things. So I'm going to order a new set and have those installed. But this is what they look like. There you have it. Everything works. Everything is good. And just to confirm the choice of taillights, they're the same exact match. These are the JDM 8MR. I've already done a video on all this stuff when I got these like 2 years ago. But as you can tell, it is a perfect match from both. So I'm real stoked to have the whole kit. I also have the amber turn signals as well. So overall, everything's matching and everything's looking good. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. You're not gonna want to miss what I have in store next. There's a reason why I have the bumper off. We're refreshing a whole bunch of things on the outside, and the headlights just happen to be in the way, which is why I decided to do them right now. But you're not gonna want to miss the next episodes. Thanks again for joining me in this journey. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.